Welcome to the Open English Podcast. Simple English conversations for beginners.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Open English Podcast. I am Sam.
And I am Lisa. We are so happy you are here with us today.
Today's topic is something close to both of our hearts.
Friendship. Specifically, the small things that make a friendship last, not the big dramatic moments, not the grand gestures, the tiny everyday things that keep two people close over many years.
Because friendship is not one big thing, it is 1,000 small things repeated consistently over time.
And today, we want to talk about what those small things are, share some real stories, and give you useful English phrases along the way.
Before we start, please subscribe to the Open English Podcast. It is completely free.
And if you are watching on YouTube, please like the video. It helps more English learners find us every week.
Okay, let us talk about friendship.
Lisa, let me ask you something personal to start. Go ahead.
Who is your oldest friend, and what has kept that friendship alive for so long?
Oh, that is a beautiful question. My oldest friend is a woman named Sarah. We have been friends for 22 years.
22 years. That is a long time.
We met when we were 9 years old at school. We sat next to each other on the first day of class because our surnames started with the same letter.
So the alphabet brought you together.
The alphabet brought us together, and we have been close ever since.
And what has kept that friendship alive for 22 years?
I thought about this a lot, and the honest answer is not one big thing. It's many small things that she does consistently.
Like what?
The first thing is that Sarah always remembers.
Remembers what?
Everything. She remembers the small things I tell her. If I mention in one conversation that I have a difficult meeting next Tuesday, she will text me on Tuesday morning and say, "Good luck with your meeting today."
She pays attention and follows up.
Yes, and that means everything, because it tells me that what I say matters to her, that she was actually listening, not just waiting for her turn to talk.
That is such a specific and powerful thing.
It sounds small. It is small. A text message takes 10 seconds to send, but the feeling it creates lasts much longer than 10 seconds.
What else does Sarah do that has kept your friendship strong?
She shows up when it's inconvenient.
Tell us more.
The real test of friendship is not being there when things are easy, it's being there when things are hard and inconvenient.
Give us an example.
About 4 years ago, I was going through a very difficult period, some personal problems. I was not in a good place, and Sarah lived about an hour and a half away from me at that time.
That's not close.
Not close at all. And one evening, I sent her a message. I just said, "I'm having a really hard time." And she replied, "I'll be there in 2 hours."
She drove an hour and a half?
She drove an hour and a half on a Tuesday evening. She brought food, we sat on my sofa and talked until midnight, and then she drove home.
She drove 3 hours total for that evening.
3 hours of driving for a Tuesday evening of sitting on my sofa. And I will never forget that. Ever.
Because she showed up when it was not convenient.
Exactly. And nobody asked her to. She just decided that I needed her, and she came.
That is friendship.
That is real friendship, not the kind you post about on social media, the kind that shows up quietly on a Tuesday night.
I love that. The kind that shows up quietly.
What about you, Sam? Tell me about one of your closest friendships.
I have a friend named Daniel. We have been friends for 15 years. We met at university.
And what keeps your friendship alive after 15 years?
The thing that Daniel does that I appreciate most is that he never judges me.
Never?
I can tell Daniel anything, my worst fears, my embarrassing failures, my moments of weakness, and he never makes me feel stupid or small for sharing them.
That is rare.
Very rare, because most people, even people who love you, have opinions about your choices. They give advice you did not ask for. They say things like, "I told you so."
We all know someone like that.
Daniel never does that. If I make a mistake and tell him about it, he listens, and then he might say something like, "That sounds really hard. How are you feeling about it now?"
He asks how you feel instead of telling you what you did wrong.
Yes, and that makes me want to tell him things because I know I will not be judged.
That safety is so important in a friendship.
It is the most important thing for me personally. I can be completely honest with Daniel, and that honesty is what keeps us close after 15 years.
That trust.
Yes, trust that he will receive what I share with care.
What else does Daniel do that keeps your friendship strong?
He reaches out first, consistently.
Explain what you mean.
In many friendships, there's one person who always reaches out first, who sends the first message, who suggests meeting up, and if that person stops reaching out, the friendship slowly fades.
Yes, I have experienced that.
Daniel reaches out first regularly, even when months have passed without us talking. He'll send a message that says, "Hey, I was thinking about you. How are things?"
A simple message, but it keeps the connection alive.
And it tells me you are in my thoughts even when we're not talking. That matters enormously.
It says, I value this friendship enough to maintain it actively.
Yes, friendships do not maintain themselves. They need someone to tend to them, like a garden.
Oh, I love that. A friendship is like a garden. You need to tend to it or it stops growing.
And sometimes it dies, not because of one big argument, but because nobody watered it for too long.
That is so true. Most friendships do not end dramatically. They just slowly fade because nobody made the effort.
And the effort doesn't have to be big. A message, a voice note, a funny video you send because it reminded you of them.
Small acts of attention, repeated over years.
That's what keeps friendship alive.
Okay, let's talk about the specific small things that make friendships last, because I want to give our listeners a real list they can think about.
Yes, let's go through them.
The first one we already talked about, remembering the small details of someone's life, their meetings, their worries, their good news.
And following up, checking in after the fact.
Yes, not just saying good luck once, but actually asking later, how did it go?
Those 3 words, how did it go, they are so powerful.
3 words that say, I remembered and I care about the outcome.
The second small thing is being honest even when it is uncomfortable.
Yes, good friends tell you the truth, not cruelly, but honestly.
If a friend is about to make a mistake, a real friend says something, carefully, kindly, but they say it.
Because silence when someone needs honesty is not kindness, it's just easier for you.
A real friend chooses the slightly uncomfortable truth over the easier silence.
And over time, that honesty builds trust. You know this person will tell you the truth, and that is invaluable.
The third small thing is laughing together.
Oh, yes, this one is underrated.
Shared laughter is one of the strongest bonds between people. When you can laugh with someone about the same things, it creates a connection that is very hard to break.
Sarah and I have a running joke that has been going for 15 years. I will not explain it because it only makes sense to us, but whenever one of us says a particular phrase, we both laugh.
The inside joke.
Yes, that shared history of laughter, all those funny moments over 22 years. They are layers. They make the friendship deeper and richer.
And laughter during hard times especially. Being able to find something funny in a difficult situation together.
That is when you know the friendship is strong.
The fourth small thing is accepting each other's differences without trying to change them.
Yes. Sarah and I are very different in some ways. She's more outgoing than me. She loves parties. I prefer small gatherings.
And that difference never became a problem?
Because we never tried to change each other. She does not pressure me to go to parties I do not enjoy, and I do not make her feel bad for loving them.
Acceptance without pressure.
Yes, I accept her as she is. She accepts me as I am, and that acceptance is very freeing.
Daniel and I are different in many ways too. He's more organized than me. He plans everything. I prefer to be spontaneous.
And you don't fight about that?
We laugh about it. He books restaurants 3 weeks in advance. I suggest somewhere as we're already walking.
And somehow it works.
Because we appreciate the difference rather than fighting it. He finds my spontaneity exciting. I find his planning reassuring.
The fifth small thing is forgiving quickly.
Yes, in any long friendship, small hurts happen. Someone forgets something. Someone says the wrong thing. Someone is too busy for too long.
And if you hold on to those small hurts, they become walls.
But if you forgive quickly and move forward, the friendship stays clean, light.
I think the friendships that last the longest are the ones where neither person keeps score.
Yes, keeping score is the quiet killer of friendships. You forgot my birthday 2 years ago. You didn't come to my event. You were late.
If you keep a list of every small failure, eventually the list becomes too heavy to carry.
And the friendship collapses under the weight of it. Forgiveness is not forgetting. It's choosing the friendship over the hurt.
And that choice, made over and over, is what makes a friendship last decades.
Okay, let's see what we can do. So for next week, are we thinking a big chop, a trim, or something in between?
Okay, let us talk about the language because our listeners need phrases for talking about friendship in English.
Yes, to talk about a close friend, you can say, we have been friends for example, we have been friends for 22 years.
Or we met when For example, we met when we were 9 years old at school.
To describe what keeps a friendship strong, you can say, what I appreciate most about them is, for example, what I appreciate most about Daniel is that he never judges me.
Or the thing that has kept us close is, for example, the thing that has kept us close is that we always show up for each other.
To talk about specific qualities of a good friend, you can say, they always remember, or they reach out even when, or they make me feel safe enough to.
And to talk about what friendship means to you, you can say, for me, a real friendship is one where, for example, for me, a real friendship is one where you can be completely honest.
Or, I believe friendship lasts when, for example, I believe friendship lasts when both people choose it over and over again.
Beautiful phrases, natural and meaningful.
Let us do a short practice. Lisa, ask me about friendship using these phrases.
Sam, what do you appreciate most in a long friendship?
What I appreciate most is when someone makes me feel safe to be honest. Daniel and I have been friends for 15 years, and the thing that has kept us close is that he never judges me. He always reaches out even when months have passed. For me, a real friendship is one where both people choose to maintain it even when life gets busy. I believe friendship lasts when neither person keeps score, and both people show up when it matters.
Perfect. Natural, warm, and full of real phrases.
Listeners, think about your own closest friendship. What has kept it alive?
Write in the comments, what keeps my friendship alive is... In English, we want to read your answers.
We read every comment, and friendship stories are always our favorites.
Okay, our summary for today.
First, friendship is not one big thing, it is 1,000 small things repeated consistently.
Second, remember the small details of your friend's life. Follow up. Ask how it went.
Third, show up when it's inconvenient. That's when friendship is most felt.
Fourth, be honest with kindness. A real friend tells the truth even when it's uncomfortable.
Fifth, laugh together. Shared laughter is one of the strongest bonds between people.
Sixth, accept differences without trying to change each other.
And seventh, forgive quickly. Choose the friendship over the hurt every time.
Before we go, our usual request.
If this episode helped you, please subscribe to the Open English Podcast. It's completely free.
And if you're on YouTube, please like the video and leave a comment.
Tell us about a friendship that has lasted a long time and what keeps it alive.
Share this episode with a friend who means a lot to you. It's a beautiful way to say, I was thinking about you today.
Thank you so much for listening. I'm Sam.
And I'm Lisa.
Go reach out to a friend today, even just 3 words. How are you?
See you next time. Goodbye.
Goodbye, everyone.